let's go to Rekieta here quick.
All right. Here we go.
Let's go to the plea deals folder.
Oh, kill me.
So this came out. This is a plea offer to Kayla Rekieta, along with discovery disclosure and stuff like that. Interestingly, in the big binder of documents that dropped on Kiwi Farms and other places on the web, on Twitter and stuff like this, there was no plea offer for Nick Rekieta. And so it could be, this is very optimistic, this would be the best ending if Kayla snitched on Nick and felted him, but I don't think that's the case. Perhaps the plea offer for Nick just hasn't been made public yet, or maybe it's still being negotiated and finalized. I don't know. The speculation was at the beginning of the show and before the show was that he had pled guilty, and that's what his big news was. So if we go to the next slide in the folder, he says, today is an amazing day. Got fantastic news today. What started as normal has become an exceptional day. Finding time for next stream, stay tuned. He then scheduled an appearance on Camelot stream. That was supposed to happen at, I think, 11 Eastern. But we got news from his locals. I sent it to you on Discord.
Okay.
That he canceled that appearance. You see it?
I see it. It's not. Oh, okay. Let me just open link 1 second. Chat will see it. It won't be in your window, but chat will see it.
Suffahorse has gifted a sub.
All right. Yeah, it's on screen. Big update. Stream tomorrow. Hey guys, I was gonna stream tonight, but instead I'm relaxing with the kiddos safe at home.
Just think about how sick in the head he was. This is like, it's been months now that he's been without his children. They've been in the care of somebody else. He hasn't been able to see them. And he decided he was going to schedule a stream with Camelot on the day his children came home.
That's insane.
I think he realized that was really bad optics. And I think he didn't want to deal with another Minnesota Public Records document dump on him. Right? So he folded on that, but now he says, that's right, today our family case resolved and our kids came home. Elation has been off the charts here as arbitrary timelines and half-cocked stories got to collide with reality. And this part of a nightmare comes to a close. So Rekieta is just totally sweeping here, saying he did nothing wrong. It was all bullshit. The reality was his daughter never tested positive for cocaine. I just don't know how your 9-year-old daughter can test positive for cocaine and then be returned to you before the whole criminal thing works out. I don't know. We're going to find out what the story... Who knows? Who knows? He says this type of legal proceeding is a millstone around the necks of everyone involved and legal protections are eroded. I don't wish it on anyone, as every bedrock principle of the American legal system takes a back burner. He says he'll be streaming tomorrow, but tonight he's resting in the joy and peace of a chaotic and loud house. I couldn't be happier. I'm pretty sure his polycule with Kayla and April was probably a pretty chaotic and noisy and loud house. You know? It's just disgusting.
He's a piece of shit, dude.
Like, honestly, I'm going to be real with you guys. It looks like Rekieta has gotten away with this completely. He's going to plead guilty, it looks like.
Yeah.
He's going to go on probation, and that's where he might get fucked. But he's got his kids back. Now he's going to plead guilty. He's going to make sure that body cam doesn't come out, because if he went to the omnibus hearing without a plea deal, they would play probably the video and it would become a matter of public record. So he had to settle before this omnibus hearing on the 21st of August. And so this is the situation. It looks like he's basically going to get away with a slap on the wrist, but he still hasn't given up this polycule.
Yeah.
I don't think he's given up the coke, because if you still have April there, she's going to want coke. She's a coke whore.
Yeah.
Right? That's why she's with Rekieta in the first place.
He'll slip up.
So he's going to slip up. in the future, and then he won't be a first-time offender. It's kind of disgusting that he's getting off as lenient as he is.
And no fucking body cam, like...
The good news is his reputation is completely sullied.
I said that earlier to you. I was like, his show is just going to live in mediocrity. He'll get $100, $200 a night, maybe. And everyone's going to always point and go, you're the fucking guy. Like, you know what I mean? Because, like, there is
Chrissy Mayer and others are going to sweep for him and try it.
There is that bad thing where, like, there will be people sweeping for him, but the majority of the internet will always know. You know what I mean?
Everybody's going to know, and he's never going to be what he was before. But the thing is, I don't think he's learned anything. I don't think he's learned any lesson at all. I think he's going to double down on the bad behavior. What's really sad is the children are going to have to live in a polycule house where April is their nanny and they have to call her mom. And, you know, they're going to still be doing cocaine. They're still going to be drinking every day. Mm-hmm. The kids probably aren't going to be fed. Their clothes are going to be dirty. So it is a really sad ending. It's a very dark ending. I think it is a failure of the legal system, and it's a miscarriage of justice. But you never know. You know, it's not confirmed yet that he's gotten away completely scot-free. If he does get an Alford plea where he doesn't have to admit any sort of guilt, I'm legitimately going to be mad at the internet and seething.
Yeah.
But, you know, this is it. Ring it up. Rekieta dub. He got his kids back. He's going to tell us all it was all an invention. It was all a government conspiracy. It was all bullshit. The Kiwi Farms
his name
is
evil. So tarnished.
Josh Moon. He's going to try and turn it around.
He will, right? But the thing is, he's so fucking boring. He was already like losing interest, like views and money, but even before this happened, right? Now it's like you're a piece of shit, and now he's going to be boring. The only time that we'll talk about him or anyone else will be when he's drunk on fucking stream. That's it. It's like the Ralph situation. Wake me up when Rekieta's drunk again.
Play into this victim narrative where I only pled guilty because the state was going to crush me and I had to get my kids back, but I was totally innocent and there's nothing to see here. I was a great father and this is an injustice. But I don't think anybody's buying it.
No.
Because the guy is a proven liar who lies constantly about everything, about things that don't even matter. And he's so desperate to control the narrative. And that's honestly where he's going to fuck up, is he's going to keep telling, like, he's going to tell the story. And he's going to tell it over and over and over again. And it's going to contradict stated facts. It's going to contradict reality. And eventually he's going to look worse. The only people who are going to buy this line of bullshit from Rekieta are the people who are on his locals that believe it was a frame job by the church, that it was a conspiracy.
And Chrissy
all
Mayer.
This sort of thing. Chrissy Mayer will believe it. Dick Masterson will believe it. Vito will believe it. But so far as anybody who's actually, like, I don't know, a talented person or a decent person online, they're not going to fall for this shit.
Even pieces of shit like me. No, he's a worse piece of shit.
But yeah, he'll be back streaming. EVS will sweep for it. You know, it'll be like nothing ever happened, right? He's going to like pretend.
EVS.
Yeah. I mean, that's what he's been doing this whole time, is pretending like nothing ever happened anyway.
He's going to get fucked again. Buddy, he can't stay sober. He can't. He is literally, like, the thing is, he won't.
Says we have it wrong. The criminal case is still ongoing. But it's looking to me like when Kayla's receiving a plea offer, Nick's probably getting a plea deal as well. And I don't think they're taking a deal that has any sort of jail time whatsoever. I'm hoping Rekieta faces some sort of consequences. So he, like, doesn't, you know, just fuck over his children again and put them in a horrible position. But I don't think it's realistic. And it probably wasn't realistic from the beginning to expect him to face consequences. But I really thought for a while he really was going to take it to trial. And he was going to try and fight it to the bitter end. And see if he could get the warrant thrown out. And he had this Barnes Walker that was going to come up with all these constitutional libertarian arguments and stuff. But it seems like that's not going to be the way it goes. Mm-hmm. You never know. He might change his mind. He's totally unstable and unhinged and insane. But the way to look at it as well, the silver lining about him getting his kids back is that this is a punishment for him. He hates his children. He views them as a burden. He's going to have to drive them around again. He's going to have to take care of his kids. So the silver lining is him getting his kids back is actually the ultimate punishment for him. Because he has to be a responsible adult. And I'm not even exaggerating or being like nasty when I say that.
No, you're actually
that's
right. No,
the actual reality.
Yeah.
So this is probably the worst punishment he could get, because if he was in a jail cell, at least he wouldn't have to look after those kids. So.
How did Jim Felt fuck us?
They didn't fuck up. They put together like as best a case they could against him, but ultimately, he's a first-time offender, which is a big factor. He has kids, which is a big factor. The state doesn't want to separate parents from their kids unless they absolutely have to. You also have to look at he's rich. You know, he has a lot of money. He can hire a good lawyer. He can finagle a good deal. So that's honestly, it comes down to those factors. He's a first-time offender. He has kids, and he's rich. So what could anybody really expect? And exactly, it's just a big possession charge. But the stuff with the kids was like the grimiest part of it all. Maybe it'll turn out it all was a conspiracy against Rekieta. Maybe we'll all be melted. Maybe Miss Sweep really was a lying cunt. We just don't know.
No, I doubt it because he was obviously fucked up. But I mean, I
in the meantime, he's continuing to get embarrassed badly, though.
That's funny, yeah.
I gave up the Filth house and go ahead
on the footage, body cam footage. I told you like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, I'm gonna stop thinking about it. Like I'm like, I will no longer. I don't care. I'm gonna assume it's gone forever. It will never happen. Just so I wouldn't have my hopes up. So I'm just like, oh. But he'll just be boring Rekieta now. Just rambling, trying to say stupid jokes, boring Rekieta. So Josh was scammed.
He was scammed, but he'll get a refund. He'll donate it to charity, like he said. We don't know what the charity will be at this point.
So what's Aaron saying here? Aaron's like
going after them for the state of the home. So let's have a listen to this. He's having to teach grown-ass adults in their 40s how to clean their own home.
When April and I first started hanging out there, we looked at that basement and we were disgusted. And this is the difference between April before drugs and April after drugs. Because April before drugs, her and I had a plan to clean the Rekieta home.
Like, this is so cocked, by the way. Like, it's the ultimate cocketing for Aaron.
We're going to clean their home?
Him and his wife were Rekieta's personal jet. He's like, ring it up, rackets, dub.
That is a dub.
Not only did this guy let Rekieta have sex with his wife, and his wife has been stolen by him by Rekieta. But when they got there, they had a plan to clean the crack house and turn it into a crack home, bro.
Clean it up.
Jen. Oh, man.
It wasn't for free, though. It was for coke. So
he's a Janny cuckold. Oh, man.
And get them to help us clean the Rekieta home. Because it was disgusting.
He goes, why? Why? Why would you clean their house? Because it was disgusting.
No, but that's not why. He didn't ask why because of that. He asked why it's not your house. Like, it's not your house, so why would you do that?
When April and I went there, we were disgusted.
Listen, when Johnny's the one making sense, it's over. I'm just kidding, Johnny.
By their house and disgusted by their inability to keep a home. But as soon as April started doing booger sugar, she stopped giving a fuck about what that house looked like. There was one day I remember that we were doing laundry.
You know what Psycho said in chat earlier? He goes, how does everyone on the internet get away with every crime
That there is.
There is no like
This is what's crazy is like lol cows are never held accountable ever.
ever.
They always get out. Like Bossman gets arrested, he's like back out.
Yeah,
You know, like
Daniel Larson sent to the mental institution.
the
which is
mental
still-
institution, which is the best ending for him possible.
Yeah.
Chris Chan, I think, eventually got out. Right,
He's free.
free to go. Everybody. Ralph gets a no contest on the revenge porn.
He somehow escapes every.
But I'll tell you this: if we got caught with an ounce of blow, we got sent to the gas chambers or something, dude. Like if we got caught with the ounce of coke, there would be no mercy, bro.
I'd be so
I know,
felted,
right?
dude.
Well, we'd be so felted, dude. Like I just know. But everybody else, it's like there are no consequences. Nothing ever happens. It's like
Ever. Sorry, I was just resizing that there.
And it was April and I trying to get Nick to do laundry.
like
Look at Johnny.
Johnny's like, I hurt myself today. Like Johnny's
You were
like
doing
soul
what?
leaving. You're trying to get a 45-year-old man to do his laundry. Like he's 12.
Kayla was running the kids around somewhere. And we got a few loads of laundry in. And that's as far as it went. No laundry ever after that. I mean,
What do you mean? Ever? What do you
No,
mean ever?
They don't do laundry. That's why the kids' clothes stink. That's why they were stinking. Because they don't do any laundry.
Bro,
They're so wealthy they just buy new clothes, I guess.
Bro, even a shirt the second day is rough. You know, it's
Really?
like you're like, oh,
Like
man.
pants, you can do a few days.
Jeans could last.
Jeans
A
could
shirt's
last a week.
done. A shirt, one
he
wear.
didn't put a dent in the fucking thing. But I remember being down there with Kayla and April. Nick wouldn't come down. And I was teaching them how to clean their fucking basement. I go, Kayla, break this room down into grids. Because she's like, look.
Aaron, why didn't you film any of this?
You know what I mean?
Wouldn't
You
that
should've
have
done it.
ruled if you had
Listen
full
here.
evidence?
Listen here, you stupid bitch. This is how you clean a bit. The mess is so overwhelming. Okay, you're gonna do this square first. It's like you're having to teach her like she's a 9-year-old. This is a mother of 5 kids.
That's
Who
crazy.
doesn't know how to clean. They just live in filth. Filth.
I want to see.
But they have their kids back. The kids are living in these conditions again. It's a real dark timeline. Oh shit. We'll read donos right after
Oh,
this segment.
shit, we should.
Yeah.
Hang on. Okay, so no, in Minnesota, you cannot, it's not one party. You need both parties to consent for recording.
It's such a big mess. There's so much shit. And I told her, I said, break the room into grids, break it into squares, and clean each
Do one part and
Yeah.
then move to another part.
Make that square clean and then move to the next
Isn't
square.
this something
That-
you should learn like before you're 10?
Grid, but saying grids? What is this, The Sims? What is this, The Sims? We have to clean every
like
grid.
flatten tiles.
Yeah,
he's like taping it off as like 3-foot by 3-foot sections of the floor.
Like, what the fuck?
And I probably got 2 or
Like clothing, laundry
Preschool
basket.
cleanup song. Come on.
By the way, laundry is
man.
like the easiest shit.
3 squares on the grid clean. And I go, you see how that works? She goes, yeah, we can do that. And then once
Oh,
my
man.
wife got drugs in her, man, she didn't give a fuck about cleaning that house anymore.
Well, that's how it tends to go, brother Aaron.
It's called
like
about
once you
drugs.
start like fucking skiing in the snow, you only want to ski in the snow.
Can you
don't want-
believe?
Can you believe that a crackhead didn't want to clean a basement and their house was filthy and the dirty drug den was dirty? What?
Water
How
is
could this
wet.
be? How could this be? He's like befuddled as to how this outcome occurred.
Can you believe it? Yes, I can very much believe it.
So then mommy and daddy had to come in and clean the house only after they got arrested. They would have never cleaned that house.
Okay, wow.
So this is the craziest part is that they never even cleaned it. They never cleaned it for CPS. It was actually Rekieta's parents had to come in and clean up in their like elderly, their golden years, clean up after their failed man-child, cokehead, fucking non-practicing lawyer,
Baldos.
Baldo-wearing son.
Baldos, like, you
Okay, so,
lift it up.
by the way, it's so bad. Rekieta didn't pay his property tax, and his parents just paid it for him this past year. Rekieta's got all these parking tickets and like speeding tickets and shit that he refuses to pay. And I think his parents are going to have to pay for them too, because their child is still like a man-child in his mid-40s after supposed to be a professional lawyer and a big internet celebrity. Just can't handle his own affairs. His parents have to take care of him.
What a bum.
It's pathetic, man.
What a bum, dude. Like, just
His
fucking
parents are
pathetic
literally
and-
sweeping for him. For real.
This house was fucking disgusting. The carpets, like I said, the carpets are stained and blackened. They need to be ripped up and replaced. In the entire house,
carpets are
especially in the basement.
blackened? Can we please get this body cam footage?
Please.
Like, we need to see, like, how bad was it actually? Because they've returned them to this home. They're like, yeah, go ahead, live in the blackened carpets, live in the filth, live with stinky clothes, live without getting fed. That's what the Minnesota government has decided is best for these children.
Someone said blacked carpets. It has the Brazzers logo there.
Just full of garbage, wrappers, old papers, just shit, broken toys.
Like
just shit.
rappers?
Broken toys. This is like Cog's backyard.
This is bad.
What the hell?
Then the upstairs is nothing but dirty clothes, and then nothing but clean clothes in the living room. Yeah, there's nowhere to sit down. The kitchen island was a fucking disaster. The kitchen table, I would always clean that kitchen table
Aaron's
in a couple
cock
weeks.
table. He had his little cock table he would clear off, but then the filth would engorge the cock table. Like,
Is Johnny gonna speak up at all?
Johnny's a worthless bum. That's why he doesn't even get paid.
Because he just sits there like.
Later, if I didn't stay on top of it, was fucking cluttered again. Sink just full of dishes, whiskey glass. Oh,
Imagine having a Shure mic, but having nothing to say. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like-
He's all dressed up with nowhere to go. He's in like Darth Vader's chair or something. Like, this
The
massive
pod.
egg pod chair, but with his mic, but he's got nothing to say, nothing to do.
Yeah, right.
my God, that was the number one
I
thing,
think
dude.
that's actually because he can't walk. I think that's actually like his motorized wheelchair, and he just goes around in a throne like somebody from Dune, like the Baron Harkonnen in his fucking throne. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Every time I did dishes, that whole top row of the dishwasher was just whiskey
glasses.
Because April and Nick
Oh, it's so bad, dude.
could not
Like,
stop their fucking drinking. Holy shit. So anyway, I would almost say the alcoholism was as bad as the coke. Like
Right.
they were as bad with booze as they were with cocaine. But
Okay. Obviously.
What an insight, buddy.
the house was in disastrous condition. Like, take the worst house you've ever seen. It's probably around there.
Are you telling me it's hoarders level?
No.
We need to see. Like, do you have pictures? Like, how does he not have any pictures of this house?
At least do AI, like go like explain the house and then go, yeah, it's like this.
Man, well, that's the Rekieta update for today. I think we're gonna have a much bigger Rekieta update in the next couple days because Rekieta's going live tomorrow to do his victory lap to tell everybody how Kiwi Farms was wrong, Josh is evil, Alyssa Clips is felted, we're felted. So let's all look forward to Rekieta's big victory lap there, guys.
It continues.